Good evening. I'm joking. Hello, guys. This is Abs96. Welcome to another video based on WWE heading into Extreme Rules 2015. Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns, and many, many more. Have you had a good week, guys? Maybe you have so. Put it in the comment section down below. I've had a good week. Now it's spring break. Yay. And tomorrow I'm going to be watching John Bishop. It's going to be awesome. I've never been to see him, and I'm a big fan of John Bishop. And if you are too, if you are a fan of him, that's awesome. Anyway, we're not talking about John Bishop at the moment. We're going to be talking about WWE, my favorite sport, wrestling. And if people say that wrestling's not a sport, you're funny. Anyway, Extreme Rules 2015. There's going to be a lot of. I don't really know what really to expect for this pay per view. I know it's been only 1 week since WrestleMania. Well, nearly 1 week since WrestleMania. It's weird though, isn't it? It's weird that it's nearly been a week. But anyway, I mean, time flies by. I mean, next thing you know, it'll be Extreme Rules, and we'll be like, holy fuck, WrestleMania was like a month ago. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about Bray Wyatt. Now, I feel sorry for Bray Wyatt. I feel sorry for the poor guy, outside the ring, because I know he respects the Undertaker so much, and he's always wanted to face the Undertaker ever since he was a little kid. And I understand about he wanted Taker to go over, and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, didn't he? I don't know if he was thinking about his own career. I mean, like with Undertaker, it's understandable to lose to because of how iconic he is and what a legend he is and what he's become and what WrestleMania means for the Undertaker. Excuse me. And for Bray Wyatt to lose to the Undertaker, we don't know where he's going now. That's the only sad thing, really. He's the third generation superstar with so much talent and so much to give for the business. And what makes Bray Wyatt so good is that the fact he's never won a title. He doesn't need a championship to make himself look good in a build. He makes himself look good. He makes his opponents look good, and that's what draws the audience, and that's what draws fans. It doesn't matter if you don't like Wyatt or you like Wyatt. At the end of the day, you don't chant whenever he is talking. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I went to when I went to Manchester and London to watch Raw, I mean, people would chant "what" and all that to Wyatt, but I mean, we're English, we're the English crowd. We're crazy football fans. Well, I'm not a football fan, but you know what I mean, like the football crowds, they're incredible. But anyway, in the other place, all you hear is like little like one person shouting out Wade Barrett or whatever. You know what I mean? Some random shit, but everyone's quiet because you're very interested to what Wyatt has to say because he's so good on the mic and he's so great at making promos. And in my opinion, he's better than CM Punk. Let's face it. He's better than CM Punk in making promos. As a heel, CM Punk back in the day is the best CM Punk, and then nowadays CM Punk. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of CM Punk, but yeah, I hope you understand what I mean in that way. But in a creativity wise in the WWE, I think Bray Wyatt is the top promo maker nowadays, and I think most of his work is actually better than CM Punk's. That's just my opinion. But I feel sorry for Bray Wyatt is that the fact that he can put people over in such a good way, and everyone was all like, "Oh yeah, the match between Cena and Wyatt when Cena beats him, he will elevate Wyatt." And like, no, it didn't. It didn't elevate him at all. Like the only time it like sort of elevated him is that he started facing Jericho, and everyone really liked it. But unfortunately, it wasn't that great because it was too predictable of where the storyline was going. And that's the problem really now with WWE nowadays is that the fact that all this technology, all the social medias, etc., and modern day lifestyle of wrestling and life in general, with all the social medias, it's just too predictable nowadays, and that's a shame, really. But I mean, even though WrestleMania was such a great show, don't get me wrong, we all know what really was going to happen. You know what I mean? And it's a shame, but it was a great show. And for Wyatt, we have no idea where he's going. The way I see it, he's either going to be facing Randy Orton when he comes back, or Roman Reigns, or Rollins possibly. I don't know. It's a shame, really. I don't know where he's going, and I hope WWE have a good future for Bray Wyatt. Um, Speaking of stars, I want to talk about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins he's in a position when he's becoming pretty much the modern day CM Punk title reign. What I mean by that is that I don't think he's not going to hold the title for a whole year. I mean, that'd be a miracle if he does. Uh, let's face it, it's either going to be Reigns, Lesnar, or Cena winning back the title by the end of next year. No, not by the end of next year. By the end of this year, SummerSlam time at the end of this year, or at the very WrestleMania next year. There are many predictions. There are many options heading into WrestleMania 32, to the main event of WrestleMania 32. There are many rumors that apparently there'll be a triple threat. I mean, there's a few options I can come up with. There's Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns as a triple threat match, which would be awesome. The Shield coming together for one more match together, a triple threat, and make Roman win since that he didn't win, since he got screwed by Rollins at this year's Mania. And for Ambrose, I have no idea. But anyway, the other option, Cena versus Reigns as the future versus the present. No, as in Cena the present and versus the future Roman Reigns. So that'd be cool. Even though people won't really appreciate it, because I mean, it's Cena and Reigns. They're always going to get a mixed reaction, and let's face it, a lot of people won't like it. To be honest, I wouldn't like it, but that would be best for business, as they would say. But I could understand why they would do this if they did. Anyway, Brock Lesnar versus Cena versus Reigns versus Rollins in a fatal four-way match. That would be even better. All four of them in the ring, and maybe The Rock, and possibly Sheamus. I don't know why I would add Sheamus to it, but apparently he's going to go on a massive hot heel run, and if he does that, gets involved in it, make it a six-way match, if that makes sense, and make Roman Reigns win at the very end, or John Cena. I mean, that's just me browsing ideas for the main event of WrestleMania 32. I can imagine it. That'd be really awesome. But anyway, I'm getting quite off topic here. For Seth Rollins, for his title, apparently he's going to be facing Randy Orton for the title, and at Extreme Rules for whatever the match schedule is. As in, like, is it going to be Extreme Rules match, tables match, ladder match, whatever? Obviously to have the rematch, and a lot of people are saying, oh, like, I mean, there was that one person again, the person I mentioned in my last video that who preferred Rusev versus Cena to Sting and Triple H. I know you're listening. Yeah, you think that it's bullshit at the fact that Randy Orton is going to get his rematch. It's not bullshit, because Randy Orton has been waiting for his title rematch for a whole year, and he didn't get a rematch since Mania 30 against Daniel Bryan and Batista. I mean, Batista hasn't even got his rematch either. So either it's Triple H. No, not Triple H. What am I saying? What the fuck am I saying? But anyway, yeah, them two have not got their rematch, and Reigns hasn't got his title rematch. There's 4 people in total, and Lesnar included. All 4 men, all 4 of them men have their title rematch shots. Obviously, there's going to be Reigns involved. There's going to be Lesnar at some point. He's been suspended, as we like to say. I reckon Reigns will win the title at SummerSlam. They're going to build this up, and then Rollins will face Reigns at SummerSlam. Reigns would beat Rollins for the title, or they could go on a huge heel run while Rollins always gets the protection from the Authority and wait till WrestleMania 32, and then he loses the title then in a triple threat match, which is deja vu to this year's Mania, in a triple threat match between Lesnar, Reigns, and Rollins, the main champion. That to me would be fucking awesome. Like the triple threat match that would never happen, but that would happen. It could happen. You know what I mean? It's just it's just one of them predictions, like holy shit, this could possibly happen for next year's WrestleMania. But anyway, as for that, Roman Reigns, I'm gonna send a message to Roman Reigns. Um, I have nothing but respect for Roman Reigns. Again, I said this in my last video. The fact that he put his life on the line against Brock Lesnar, you know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't say put his life on the line, but he put his body on the line against Lesnar, and so did Lesnar. I mean, them two put a hell of a show. They put a hell of a WrestleMania main event. The awkward moment is that the fact that the outcome of the whole match of Rollins winning the title was way better than Daniel Bryan winning the main title last year at WrestleMania 30. What does that tell you? You know what I mean? The fact that, oh yes, Daniel Bryan, yes, yes, he finally wins the title and we're all happy. And then this year's WrestleMania, holy fucking crazy, Rollins, Reigns, and Lesnar in the same ring at WrestleMania, and the mid card guy wins. Quite funny to think that 2 years in a row that the mid carder wins the main event. Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, small guys, small guys. I completely disagree when it came to to guys like Punk, Rollins, Daniel Bryan being small. I mean, Punk, he's not exactly muscular, but he's not small. You know what I mean? I hate when Vince and all that sort of shit. So, oh, he's too small. He's not muscular. He can't be a main event star. Fuck off. He can't draw. Well, Punk clearly can because he had this massive run as the face. He sold more merchandise than John Cena, which is fact. He did that, and apparently Punk doesn't draw. Apparently Daniel Bryan doesn't draw. You know what I mean? Apparently Cesaro doesn't draw. I'm like, fuck off. You know what I mean? It's so fucking ridiculous. But anyway, Roman Reigns, he is going to be a star. And regardless of what people say about Roman Reigns, his main event with Lesnar was nothing but a fucking slobber knocker, as Jim Ross would say. It was both of them were like freak of natures, if that makes sense. Them two tore the house down. It wasn't match of the night, but it was just one of the matches that you would be like, holy shit, they're really going for each other in this match. You thought Daniel Bryan and you thought Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns was rough. Brock Lesnar and fucking Roman Reigns went for it. It was so great, such a great match, and I've got nothing but respect for Rollins, Reigns, and Lesnar for putting up one hell of a show and one hell of a match. It, I made a little 5 second video earlier about Rollins. Apparently, he doesn't deserve the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, wait a minute, but Rollins has been in the WWE the same amount of time as Ambrose and Roman Reigns. First off, even Dean Ambrose deserves the spot more than Reigns. They're just pushing Roman Reigns to be this new. Well, I wouldn't say the John Cena. That they're trying to make him the top guy of the company, and I can understand why they're trying to make him to the top guy of the company. But this is what you got to remember. This one person that I keep mentioning, he disagrees with me for a lot of things I say, and a lot of people out here, my subscribers, which I thank you for, agree with me for a lot of the things I say, and I love you guys for that. Rollins deserves that title because of what he's done for his entire wrestling career. Apparently, their indie work doesn't count for winning the title, for winning the main title at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan, he scratched and clawed, and literally, to get to the main spot of WrestleMania and to win the main title. Rollins didn't win in fair fashion, but he deserves that title. And as much as I like Reigns, Rollins deserves the title more than Reigns. You may disagree, you may agree, but that is my opinion. The fact that indie wrestlers just because they haven't been in the WWE as much, that does not mean that they don't deserve the main title. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Daniel Bryan, he well deserves it. Punk, he well deserves it. You know, it's sad to think that I listened to a Daniel Bryan interview or podcast with Jericho, the second one that he did previously. Um, that Daniel Bryan was upset at the fact that Punk didn't main event WrestleMania. And I agree, man. I was upset at the fact that he didn't main event WrestleMania, even though he probably would have at 31, possibly. Um, it's a shame, and you know, I just don't like the fact that people um say that the people from the indies that come into WWE have only been they've only been in WWE for 2 years, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't matter. I'm talking about their entire wrestling career. I'm not talking about their WWE build because let's face it, when Daniel Bryan first came into WWE, The Miz was his teacher. When even though Bryan Danielson has been wrestling for like 10 times more years than The Miz, and apparently The Miz was a master. So think about what you say. Seth Rollins has been pretty much at the same thing as Bryan Danielson in the Ring of Honor times. Like Tyler Black, he's been around for a long, long time in the wrestling business. And to me, he deserves that WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And don't give I'm not saying that Lesnar doesn't. I mean, Lesnar works his ass off whenever he gets into the ring, and I don't care if you're a fucking hater of Lesnar. I fucking love Lesnar as a competitor. He brings intensity into WWE, and he is as Paul Heyman said on Raw, the most non-PG fighter in WWE in the PG era, and that is true. Brock Lesnar is the one guy and the one character in WWE right now who literally can make anything intense, no matter who he faces. I mean, like this previous week on Raw, he fucking kicked the living shit out of everybody, and everybody loved it because of how intense and how quick Lesnar is and how strong he is. So don't talk shit about Lesnar because you know as well as I do that Lesnar performs great matches no matter who it's against. So fuck you to the Lesnar haters and to the Rollins haters as well, and to the Roman Reigns haters. Well, I wouldn't say hate. I don't hate Roman Reigns. I just don't like the fact they're pushing him like the way WWE is because he needs to build. He needs to build up properly. And you're probably wondering, like, oh yeah, but Rollins needs to build up more. But well, hang on, no. Rollins is a perfect heel for me. He's in the right position. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He's got that style, and he's the champion. And to me, that's the perfect heel. And the position he is in is the perfect time to be a champion. But anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for Average Gaming 96. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and take care, guys, and have a good spring break.